Hey besties, you've got Ellen here. It is Friday morning of a Saturday night St. Patrick's Day dance tomorrow. And my daughter, who is my accidental muse, if you will, agreed that I could make her a green dress. She vetoed the first two that I probably put too much work into before I showed them to her. But she found this green fabric in my office, and it's very soft and fluid and stretchy, and she asked if I could use that, and I love to rise to the occasion. I knew I could squeeze this in if I did something simple. So what I did was I went to my closet. I found a dress that I could trace, which is a wonderful way to sew simply. It's a wonderful way to learn. And honestly, it can be a wonderful way to save time rather than trying to decode what the hell sometimes a sewing pattern is trying to tell you. Who's got the time? Not me, not now. I took a beautiful Teddy Baker dress that I definitely bought during COVID, back in the day when he was still in great popularity in the US. I don't know what happened. It's very sad. But anyways, I said this is a simple, kind of an A-line dress, sort of, and there are no sleeves, and this could be a great fit for this fabric. So I took a look inside the dress, which I'm going to show you now, to decide if this is something worth that I could trace and make in time. That is last night being Thursday night. So I see this dress as kind of being three parts. First part being the bodice, the top. The middle part being two, the skirt, and then number three, let's just call this the flounce here, okay? There are also, you will note, pockets. There's the pocket on each side, and there is a zipper. Two things that I skipped. I didn't need the zipper because of the stretch of the fabric, and I didn't have time. And the pockets, again, it's just a time saver to cut it out. She wants a dress quickly, and I want to give it to her because I love when there's an occasion and you can just dream up something to wear and make it. That's just some of the fun of being a sewist, in my opinion. So I traced the bodice part. I did not trace the V-neck, however. I essentially traced the back part twice because I know she doesn't want a low V-neck. And I left about 3/4 of an inch around so that I would have that seam allowance, meaning when I sew the front and the back fabric together, there's going to be some extra fabric that I can sew on, so this won't be too small. I did the same thing for this skirt part. I traced this out, and I left about 3/4 of an inch on each side, and I started to work on the flounce as well. So essentially three parts. I put this in my machine using the largest straight stitch I could to baste around, and I used this Wawak water-soluble, paper, if you will. It's very similar in feel to a dryer sheet, and it helps to sew a very a fluid fabric, something that's going to kind of move around. It's not very, it's not going to be like linen. It's not stiff. It might get sucked under by the feed dogs and kind of brutalized. So I used that on the top and the bottom of the fabric when I was sewing last night. So I still have some of this residual paper, which can easily be removed even just by running it under the sink. Even in the faucet, most of the paper will go away. And so I had my daughter try it on this morning just to see how it was looking so far. Had the bodice part ready, the skirt part ready, and some of the, what I'm calling the flounce. Not all of it, but enough to try it on, get a feel for the length, and get a feel for if it looks and feels right, and fits right, of course. So far so good. She was happy with it. So I was able to put the shoulder seams already through my machine using the very overlock stitch. That's the stitch that mimics what a serger or overlocker does. Of course, it's not going to be as robust. It doesn't have the 4 thread rolls going into it, but it's quite nice. and I want to use a strong stitch to keep this together. So I'm going to do this as well for where the bodice and the skirt meet. The sides here of the bodice and the flounce as well, which I need to continue to work to create. The front and the back go down a little bit like a U, which is really interesting. And my daughter liked the length, and I thought it looked really adorable. So I will be modeling it for you guys later. I'm similar in shape and size to my daughter. She's about 2 inches shorter and about 40 inches lighter. But all that being said, this still fit last night when I tried it on. I thought it looked really cute, and I thought it would look even cuter and better on her. So she will have this for the St. Patrick's Day dance, and it's going to be totally adorable. One thing I did experiment with last night was using this fabric, which was part of dress mock-up number 2 that she vetoed. I tried maybe using this as the flounce, but then I decided, you know what, I love this color, this fabric, the fit, the feel, everything, and it doesn't need that extra. It's just going to be a solid color dress. It's going to be super cute. I don't want to complicate things. So I'm looking forward to showing this to you later. Take care, besties, and thank you so much for tuning in.
Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni.